All right, so let's start this video off with a potentially bold statement that might ruffle a few feathers the wrong way, but when have I been to care about that? Hitting 500K months with your law firm really isn't as hard as you might think. Now, in your head, it's probably at this moment this wishy-washy, hard to imagine figure that just seems impossible to visualize. Half a mil a month, or at least having that as our baseline. But half a mil a month, it just seems like okay. It seems like a cool figure to hit, but what does it actually take to hit that? And when things are hard to visualize in our head, how can you expect us to pursue them? We can't, right? And there's only one way to actually logically visualize the goal. People talk about do visualizations and act like you own the 500K already every month. What does it feel like? How would you sit in a chair and whatnot? But that's on one plane of reality. We need to actually create the inputs needed to make that a reality. And the way we do that is through logic. Now, I'm not discrediting energy, but that's a whole other topic. And the only way to logically do that is to reverse engineer your goals. So I'm going to walk you through an exercise literally right here. And I hope this gives you a lot of clarity. So let's assume a law firm is looking to aim to hit that arbitrary 500K a month goal, and they want to figure out what are the daily inputs that we need to make sure we're doing, and over a long enough time period it'll literally be inevitable for us to hit that number, right? So closing clients really boils down to these 7 numbers, right? Your revenue per close, your closing percentage, the number of consultations you have every single month, the percentage of those consultations that actually show up, your click-through rate on your um, advertising efforts, how many leads that actually generates, and what are the costs for each of those leads as well. So let's run through arbitrary numbers real quick. Let's say you generate for every closed client uh, $8,000 in revenue from your contingency basis if you operate through that way. Now, for every consult that you take, what's your closing percentage on your clients? Let's say it's somewhere around 75% because you have a good pre-qualification process, and everyone that shows up is very, very serious about doing work with you and having you legally represent them. Now, how many consultations does your calendar get booked up with every single month? Let's say you're killing it right now and you got 40 appointments, and with a show up rate of, let's say, 80%. Okay. Now, how many leads are coming through the door? I'm going to switch around leads and click through rate real quick. How many leads are showing through the door every single month to provide you 40 consultations in your calendar? Let's say 80. 80 leads is what it takes for you to get 40 booked initial consultations. Now, obviously, you're going to have some lead generation efforts. So what's the click-through rate on that? Let's say it's a really, really good 2%. And bringing your cost per lead, let's just say at $40, which is probably something you'd get if working with us. Shameless plug. But let's take these numbers real quick. In order for us to hit 500K a month in revenue at an average close of 8K, we're going to open up a calculator real quick because we're going to need some basic arithmetics. So give me one moment. All right, so we got our handy dandy calculator. So if we want to hit 500K every single month and you have an average close of 8,000, that means you need to close right around 63 clients per month. Okay, so clearly these 40 consultations, they're gonna have to get bumped up. See, 40 consultations at an 80% show up rate is 32. And then the fact that you're closing 75% of those is just 24, right? Do you see the discrepancy now? Now we can alter the numbers and tweak and adjust these values here in order for this 24 to get all the way up to the 63 that we needed to. Now, that's roughly somewhere between 2 and 3 times of an increase. Now, what's the easiest metric to change? It would be leads, wouldn't it? 80 leads per month. Why don't we double or triple how many leads are coming through the door each and every single month? Let's take a look at our advertising methods at the moment. Is it through word of mouth referrals? Are you using billboards? Are you using pamphlets? Or are you using high leveraged forms of lead generation like media, like code, right? Bringing the click-through rate way higher, that would also help you. Bringing the cost per lead down as well. Of course, that would make your advertising efforts more efficient. So in order for us to hit, let's bring that calculator back up, 500K a month there. We'll take 24, 63 divided by 24 is a 2.625 times increase, which means we need 2.625 times the number of leads coming in at the moment. If we were just to change that metric right there, coming in every single month. Now, at a cost per lead at the moment of $40, that would mean that you need to be spending at least $8,400 each and every month to create the inputs in order to generate the revenue that you desire. So $8,400 whilst also maintaining the back end numbers. Now I'm assuming these are over the course of a long enough time frame, and you can crunch those numbers for yourself. But do you see how easy and simple it becomes now? Right? To put down 8,400. I wouldn't say it's daily input; it's a monthly input, but daily input of 8,400. It makes the tangible goal of 500K a month. That it makes it tangible. It doesn't make it a woo-woo value in your head where it's like, okay, what do we actually need to do to hit it? You're not thinking to yourself, oh, it'd be cool to hit it, but you don't really know what to do in order to do so. No, you have exactly what you need, an $8,400 a month monthly budget in order to put into advertising whilst hitting the same KPIs, and then you scale to exactly where you want to be. Now, these closing and the show up rate values and the leads, they might seem a little bit inflated, but if you have your back end dialed in perfectly, like we do with our clients with Nurture Flow, then it really isn't too hard to get anywhere near these numbers. You see, it's an iterative process. You start with the baseline, and of course, things are different for different people. And we adjust, we iterate, and we perfect, and we get you close to these numbers and make it clear that, hey, your daily inputs are your daily inputs, and the rest of the numbers are about as best as they can be. So if you're a personal injury or a family lawyer looking to get your numbers looking something along the lines of these, so that you know what your daily inputs need to be in order to hit your long-term goals, hit the first link in the description and schedule a call with either me or someone on my team, and we can walk you through the entire process of how to get your numbers looking like this. But I hope this gave you a lot of value. I hope you understand how to reverse engineer your goals, whatever they may be. Maybe they're beyond 500K a month. Maybe we're trying to get to 300K a month first. But whatever it may be, reverse engineer your goals, and you'll figure out what your daily input KPIs are, and that'll help you weed out all the noise and focus on what really matters. But that's all for me today. I hope you have a blessed day. Bye-bye.